Hello everyone, Adrian D. Holmes here, and I'm back at you with another exciting video. Yesterday was my birthday and I turned the big double 2. I booked a very special celebration trip. I traveled over 3,000 miles within a 12-hour time span. I booked a really cheap ticket on my favorite airline in the country, Southwest Airlines, and I traveled from Orlando over to Kansas City, on up to Minneapolis, and over to Chicago Midway, all before flying back to Orlando, all within a day. When I landed in Kansas City, I got to see a lot of cool farmlands. It was really beautiful to see, and even now, right, as we're getting into the cusp of winter, the late weeks of fall and into the early weeks of winter, I got to see some beautiful farms. I saw a little bit of snow on the ground, but I still got to see a lot of green. And if I have any footage, I'm going to share it right here so you can kind of get a taste of what I saw. I landed in Kansas City, which was really a historic airport. Even though today it might be kind of, I don't know, small for a lot of travelers, it was great back in its heyday. It used to be a maintenance hub, I believe, for one of the major airlines that used to exist. It was supposed to be the mid-continent connection, hence the old name, Mid-Continent Airport, where major airlines could stop over when traveling from the East Coast to the West Coast. Obviously, with the introduction of long-haul aircraft later on in aviation history, the need for a mid-continent stopover like Kansas City was kind of obviated, but it is still a cool airport to check out. The one thing that I absolutely admire with the architecture of Kansas City is also probably its greatest flaw. Back when it was originally constructed, the architects designed the terminals at Kansas City to be circles. You have Terminal B, which is still in use today. It looks like a circle. You have Terminal C, and of course Terminal A is there, but it's no longer used today. The goal was to be the airport of the future and to have passengers be able to get from their car to their plane in 10 minutes or less. So although it may be easy to get from the parking garage to your gate, the problem is if you have a connection layover and you're kind of stuck there, you either have to walk all the way around the circle to get to something you want to, or just kind of be, cramped. If you're there for maybe 45 minutes or less, sure, go right ahead. But if you're there for several hours, you might want to reconsider that. Minneapolis, unlike Kansas City, is much newer looking. They've spent a lot more money in the renovations, and it's just beautiful and gorgeous. The people in Minnesota are famous for being very nice and very friendly, and that was evident the moment that I touched ground there in Minnesota. So although I didn't have the opportunity to leave the airport, I still got to have a taste of the culture by meeting all the people in the airports. They're so nice, they're so friendly. Many of the store clerks actually went out of their way to introduce themselves to me, even when I wasn't actively pursuing them. And that was something that really stood out because I haven't been to any other airport in the country where the clerks actually do that. And after I left Minnesota, I took off again and I headed to Chicago. The moment I got off the plane in Chicago, I looked for the nearest child dressed in a Disney outfit. Sure enough, kid wearing goofy ears. I was like, bam, I'm gonna follow that kid. I followed him all the way through Terminal B and I made it all the way to the gate where my flight for Orlando was. I didn't even know if that was my flight and my plane, but I saw a bunch of kids dressed in Disney outfits, so I looked at the gate information, I pulled out my ticket finally, and I saw, sure enough, that was my gate. The views in the airplane were gorgeous, absolutely stunning. And if you ever have the opportunity to actually see Chicago from the sky, I definitely encourage you to take that opportunity. Unfortunately, I didn't get the money shot I was really hoping for, which was an aerial view of downtown Chicago. I got like a 2-second glimpse, and that's all I've ever seen of it in real life. Be sure to check out my full-length landing and takeoff videos from Chicago Midway. I'll link them in the description below, and I'll try to add them in the link area up here in the top portion of your screen. Should be over on this side, I do believe. I have to say the one other big memory that stands out to me from my birthday trip was after I took off from Chicago, I pretty much was flying over a snowstorm all the way back to Florida. Because of course that was when Snowstorm Avery was really just blowing through the country. Like 20 minutes after I took off from Chicago, I was completely surrounded by clouds, and I did not see land until I was about 20 minutes from landing in Orlando, and I had a 2.5-hour flight. So I would say for about 85% of my flight, all I saw were straight up beautiful, gorgeously white puffy clouds that looked like floating marshmallows. And I know that I was flying over Snowstorm Avery because I had friends that lived in cities that I flew over there, and they were posting videos and pictures on Facebook at the very same time as I was flying through the sky, saying how they were being affected by the storm. If you've enjoyed this video, I encourage you to like it, and I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, and just share down in the comment section below what you thought about my trip. And if you haven't done so already, click on the links below or click on the links in the cards over here and watch my landing videos, my takeoff videos from my birthday trip and from other trips I've taken in the past. Once again, thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for making these videos possible, and I encourage you to share this video, share my videos with others so that we can continue to grow this channel, and in time I'll be able to accomplish even more and share even more wonderful content with you. This is Adrian D. Holmes. I've enjoyed sharing this wonderful video with you. Until next time, have a wonderful day, okay? Bye!